Hello, everyone. My name is Raquel Tautone. I am the owner of Rockbrook Business Services located in downtown Youngstown. And I am here today to talk about taking the jump. Entrepreneurship is like a passion of mine. It is what I think is the answer to the American dream and restabilizing America as a whole again. Starting with my little city, Youngstown, Ohio. I believe that is the answer to get our economic development growing again. I feel like I've said this in a lot of my campaign speeches as I ran for city council for Second Ward. So big ups to the east side of Youngstown. But back to what I was saying, I think we have to focus on what we have here in the city of Youngstown. I think we have to focus on the small businesses that we have here and help them grow so that they can hire more people within their own communities, as opposed to hoping and praying that another General Motors or Northside Hospital come back so that in 5 to 10 more years, something that we've experienced over these last 18 months can happen to us again as a community, which is very hurtful, as we all saw. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what got me to where I am today. And with that, I'm just going to say expect great things, trust God, and keep Him first. And nothing will ever stop you, and you'll be able to just move full force ahead. But I had several jobs throughout my lifetime. I've worked in banks. I've worked with big insurance companies. I've worked in hotels. I've managed people. I've worked in tax companies. I've done an array of jobs. I've been paid a lot of money in some of them, and some of them I haven't. So this particular job, 2014, I was working for one of the companies located in Youngstown, Ohio at the time. And it was what I would call our unproductive season, our not so busy season. And it was weird because one February day, about 4:45, mind you, we leave at 5 o'clock, I was told to pack my stuff and not to return. And when I asked why, I was told because I was unproductive. I couldn't understand what that meant, but I believe that when God closes one door, He opens another. A few months went on, things happened, things didn't happen, I didn't make any money, and so I had to go look for another job. I went to apply for a job at our local telecommunications center, and I worked there for about 90 days. Within that 90 days, I learned very quickly that this was not the job for me, that I cannot do this for the rest of my life, or even another 30 days, or 15 for that matter. So I began to get calls at this time too, for my company, because mind you, I was working my company at a very, very, very part-time rate. And I started to get calls and a little job here and there. And I realized, I need to work full-time in my job and part-time for someone else. So I went in and asked the company, can I get part-time hours? They fought me back and forth. No, yes, no, yes. Eventually the answer was no. So I put in a 2-week notice. Not knowing where I was going to get my next check, how much it was going to be, or even if it would be one coming. The last day of the 2 weeks, I went and I decided that I was going to leave early because what's the point? This is my last day. What do I have to lose? So I, made up something. I don't know what I told him. And told him I had to leave. And I packed up all my stuff. And I said goodbye to everyone. And I got on the elevator and I left. When I got off the elevator downstairs, the door was opened by a gentleman. I'm not going to say his name at this time, but he was standing there. And I said, "What are you standing down here for?" He said, "I'm looking for somebody who's looking for a job." I said, "Well, how many hours?" He said, 20. Mind you, I've been going back and forth with my company that I just walked out on after my 2-week notice about giving me just 20 hours a week. So I was like, yeah, right. He said, "Seriously, I'm looking for someone that I can hire for 20 hours a week." And it was just $10 an hour, which was cool because at this job, I was only making 9. So, okay, 10 hours, 20 hours a week. Okay, God, I see what you're doing. So now I've jumped. So I go with the gentleman. I do get the job. I begin to work it the 20 hours a week. In the midst of that, he would ask me to do different jobs for him as far as bookkeeping and some accounting and some tax stuff. And one thing led to another, And I ended up at the Oak Hill Collaborative with Patrick Kerrigan. And I want to just say thank you, Pat, for opening your doors to me and allowing me to fall and get back up and fall and get back up and fall and get back up before I actually went into the real world. So thank you to Pat at the Oak Hill. Thank you to Pat and the Oak Hill Collaborative for those experiences, because it made me the person and the woman that I am today. So Eastside salute to you, Pat. But back to what I was saying, I ended up in a space where I had my own office space area, so to speak. I was becoming a responsible entrepreneur. I began to have to pay rent, and thanks to Pat at the Collaborative, it wasn't a lot at the time, but it was a lot for me because I wasn't making anything. And there was some other things that had happened. And again, thank you to the Oak Hill Collaborative. And because of those experiences, I am where I am today, and I can pass this information along to you so that you as new entrepreneurs don't make the mistakes that I made as an entrepreneur. I will say that things need to happen in a certain order. And first and foremost, as a business owner, you must become financially literate. You must, again, become financially literate. You know what I'm trying to say. You have to understand finances as an entrepreneur. If you do not understand finances as an entrepreneur, you are going to run through your money, or someone is going to run through it for you. So understand your finances as an entrepreneur. And if you don't understand them, hire someone who does. It doesn't take a whole bunch of money. It doesn't take a lot of questions. Just find someone that you trust and stick with them. Now, going back again to the jumping mode. As an entrepreneur, even when we take that first jump, there are many more jumping moments that we'll have. And those are just gut instincts and chances that you take. I would say, again, financial literacy first. Understand the business that you're going into. Understand the certifications and what the state requirements for your particular industry. And if you have any questions, I am always available. Again, my phone number is 330-822-8174. And we can discuss all types of areas of business, from financial literacy to accounting, to getting your paperwork, to getting your numbers, your projections, to getting funded, etc., etc. We have different ways of going about getting your business started and making you some money. So again, I am Ricole. If you have any questions, 330-822-8174. I am on Instagram at rockbrook_. I don't know that yet, so I have to learn that stuff. But I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. And my website is www.rockbrook3.com. And as an announcement, Rockbrook will be having our own in-house certified public accountant coming in 2020. Yay me. If you all know me, that is a goal that I have been working on since 2015, and it is finally coming into fruition. Thank God. I thank God for all the doors that he's opening and the doors that he's shutting, because again, everything is always working out for his good, even when it looks bad.